Under this law, more than 98% of Americans and 97% of small businesses will not see their income taxes go up. Millions of families will continue to receive tax credits to help raise their kids and send them to college. Companies will continue to receive tax credits for the research that they do, the investments they make, and the clean energy jobs that they create.
And you heard President Obama. That was President Obama from last night. For most of you, your income tax rates are not going to change. Payroll tax, obviously a different story. But for most of you, your income taxes won't change. But if you're in that lucky 2% of high wage earners, you are going to see changes. Laura Saunders is here to run them down. You've been working overtime lately, haven't you?
I certainly have.
Yeah.
So has Congress.
Right. No. Yeah. Well, thank God. Huh? Okay. So you wrote a story talking about the changes to high-income wage earners. Let's run down what those changes are. What's the single biggest change in this bill?
Well, they're not just changes to high-income wage earners, but to high-income people.
Right,
because on both wages and investment income tax, we have a new bracket. It kicks in. The top rate is 39.6%, as it was in Clinton. It's the first rate increase like this in 20 years.
Yeah.
And it kicks in at $450,000 of taxable income for couples filing jointly, and at 400,000 for single.
Right,
exactly. There's also a new capital gains rate of 20% on that same group of people. We have a lot of other tax increases.
And the cap gains, that's up from, I think it was 15%,
up from 15, but for people below that level, it's still 15, and for people at the very bottom in the first two brackets, it's still 0. They kept the 0% rate.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's sort of broadly speaking. Yeah. Now there are a lot of smaller bites in here.
Well,
that you ran through
one
in your
really
story.
important thing is that they left the $5 million exemption in place for the estate tax, and that was something that was a lot of back and forth on that. But they raised the tax rate from 35 to 40% on amounts over $5 million, and they did some other things with the estate tax.
Right, so bigger hits.
Yeah.
There are two smaller ones that I want to talk to. One is this PEAS.
Oh dear, this is going to make my life miserable from now on out. There are two increases that will hit the affluent and not just the very wealthy, starting at maybe $300,000 for couples. And one is a personal exemption phase out.
Right.
They will take away the value of your personal exemptions, and that could be a lot if you have a lot of children, because last year it was $3,800 per individual. PEAS is a limit on itemized deductions. It's almost too complicated to talk about, but it cuts the value of up to 80% of your itemized deductions, and it's all of them, charitable, mortgage, everything. Both of these provisions we had through 2010 in one form or other. They went away, and now they've been revived permanently.
And you can see that we're just running a graphic talking about the different income groups, what your taxes will be going up. Everyone's taxes are going up a little bit.
Yeah.
But one interesting thing is the payroll tax is one thing. Everyone's payroll tax is going
now
to 6.2%.
Now that's up to $2,000 nearly per worker.
So that's the one that's going to affect most people.
Yeah, for a working couple, that could be $4,000 hit.
Right. Let's talk about the AMT for a second, the alternative minimum tax.
Yeah. Well, the AMT was threatening to derail the whole process and derail the tax filing season, and that has been rescued. They have permanently indexed it for inflation so that it will hit around 4 million people, not 34 million people. So they made a problem go away with that one. The AMT is still around. It's still going to be a problem. And how it interacts with PEPs and Ps is just, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot of interplay between provisions for people making between $250,000 and $500,000.
Now, I would imagine for accountants, this is going to be a particularly busy tax season.
Well, next year, because these are changes for 2013, but it will be busy because it's going to open late. The average tax refund is about $3,000, and people who count on that won't be able to start filing for those and probably till the middle of February.
Right. All right, Laura Saunders, thank you very much. Let you get back. I know you got another story to write about
That's
taxes.
Right, exactly. Read them.
Right. All right, Laura Saunders, thank you very much.